Sup everyone, I'm your female otaku and I'm here to review chapters 33 and 34 of DeadTube. It has been a while since I last reviewed DeadTube, since May in fact, but I know a lot of you guys that watch my DeadTube reviews are not subscribed to the channel, so you probably haven't been up to date on what's going on, so in that case, please subscribe. It feels weird saying that. I never really say, hey yo, click that subscribe button, like that just feels so weird. Ugh. But anyway, I've just been dealing with like health issues and stuff like that, and you know, I've been busy or whatever, but I have changed the channel and I said that I will still continue on with monthly manga reviews. And I was surprised to find out that only 2 chapters have come out since my mini hiatus with DeadTube. Like, there wasn't a chapter released for last month or this month. But I decided to catch you guys up. I decided to make this chapter 33 and chapter 34 review today, since it is Friday the 13th in October, no less. So with all that said, let's get started. So we end an arc and begin anew. And I was really wondering where DeadTube was gonna go after this, because I felt like that with this arc with the pro DeadTubers and George, to me it felt like it was going to be the second to last arc, because after Machiya experienced such a tragic loss, he will use that as motivation to finally shut down DeadTube. I am just waiting for the point where Machiya and Mashido are ready to just take over DeadTube and shut it down. But no, we'll get into that a little later. Let me just continue on with chapter 33. Little girl has her hostages and Machiya and Mashido are preparing each other because they do believe that one of them is going to die. But they live through it because they are the main characters, and I freaking knew it. The hostages decide to fight back. They still die, but at least they died trying instead of died while doing nothing. They fight back against Lolita Girl and push her, then Lolita Girl kills them, but that gives Machiya and Mashido enough time to go attack Lolita Girl, and they were able to do so. But oh my gosh, what I did not expect was for Gin to freaking pop up. I was just like, dude, what happened between you and Bodybuilder? And then we see an image of Bodybuilder Girl impaled with one of the metal bars. I'm just like, how did that happen? Listen, I have no idea how that happened, because the last time we saw Bodybuilder Girl, she got up and was still ready to go at it with Gin, so Gin, man, such a bro, freaking stabbed Lolita Girl, and Mashido continued on with the rest. She freaking lifted that sword all the way up to split Lolita Girl in half, and I'm just like, DeadTube, you crazy son of a bitch. It's times like these where I wonder, why the heck am I reading this manga? But anyway, meanwhile, with George, he is ready to take things to the next level. I'm just like, are you kidding me? I'm so done with this dude. Can we please just be done with this dude and this arc? Because it's been about a year now that this arc has been going on. So, George and his assistant leave the room, and we see all the guards are dead. And then assistant dies because Mashido wasn't gonna take any more of George's shit, man. She went up to him, freaking stripped him down, chopped off his own dick, and made him swallow that. Like, DeadTube, damn. But hey, let's not forget Machiya, because he isn't playing any games either. Machiya is so freaking done with George's shit as well that he decided to continue on the split the watermelon game. So he gathers the rest of the survivors in the middle school and they beat George to death. Oh my gosh, just seeing Machiya's face through all this, I saw a completely different side to Machiya. He seemed really sadistic, to the point where Mashido had to stop him because George, you couldn't even tell it was him anymore. Honestly, when that man died, like, oh man, his face, like, how can you identify a man after that? Oh man, wow, for Mashido to stop Machiya, you know that he was going way overboard. The new arc begins with a child dressed up as a superhero, and then you have his friend who's recording everything, who is also a child, and they kill a Yakuza. I don't know how 2 children were able to accomplish this, but hey, it's a manga. Then we skip forward 10 years later, this would be present day, and we have this girl Tenchan talk to another girl named Machan, and when I heard Machan, I was like, wait a minute, isn't that the same girl from the the pro dead tubers, the ridiculous one with the goggles and everything. She got a sword shoved up her ass or something like that. I don't know, that was the last time we saw of her because she didn't die. So I wasn't too sure if these two girls were the same, if the Machan from the pro dead tubers was the same as the Machan that we see over in the prep school. But then I looked at her chest and I was like, oh no, never mind, Machan didn't have that big of tits. But Machan is talking about getting the next big scoop or whatever for footage on DeadTube, and we have Tenchan, who's really obsessed with this, I guess you can call him Ultraman, but honestly, he goes by Justice Man. And these girls end up hanging out, becoming friends, they're gonna go get a job together, cool, pay's gonna be awesome, but they walk into a convenience store and see these thugs recording a video for DeadTube, some sort of Odin themed pokin' type thing. I don't know what they're really doing, but it's whatever. Tenchan calls for help for Justice Man because she's such a fangirl, and then Justice Man does appear and he has all these gadgets on him to make it look like he has superpowers, and really it's just a bunch of weapons that he has, such as a gun to explode people with. And he was able to cut people off with his finger, or just his finger, so I'm assuming there was a blade in there or something. And Tenchan is still turned on by Justice Man even though he is killing people in the name of justice, which sounds a lot like a certain character from Akame Got Killed that I will not mention. And then she's taking it from behind. Well, it's not every day you get to bang a superhero, am I right? Mashido and Machia, they are teaming up to kill other pro dead tubers, and this is their way of getting closer to finding out who's the top at DeadTube, because they assumed that George was the head at DeadTube, which I'm surprised because George never said that. He just said that he was like, you know, a fan, a really big fan. I don't know, I just thought it was obvious that he was not the head of DeadTube, so I'm surprised that they thought. So maybe it's just obvious to me. But anyway, so they're going to kill other pro dead tubers. They're eventually going to fight this Justice Man. And I honestly don't want to get into that really. I think that the previous arc was a great way to set up for the final arc for Machia to get his revenge on the head of DeadTube and end this once and for all. But I don't know, I guess they're stretching this on for a little while longer. I kind of wish they didn't, but hey, what do you know? You know, DeadTube, there's a lot of twists, so maybe within this arc we actually are going to see the leader of DeadTube. Maybe we'll have a big lead to get us to the leader of DeadTube. Maybe this is actually the second to last arc. I don't really know, but I don't want DeadTube to be stretched out for more than it has, because DeadTube has one thing going for it. Well, I guess it has two things going for it, which is the, you know, all the uncensored shit and the twists. And you know, in the beginning of the previous arc, it wasn't that interesting at first because it was just doing the same exact tricks, you know? Just, oh, look at all this gore and sex and, ooh, this time it's happening to a kid? Shocking, right? And it's just like, yo, but I've seen this before. Like, the shock factor of DeadTube hasn't been, well, shocking recently, and that's because it's just been doing the exact same thing on repeat every single time. The only thing that still is shocking is when we get to the twists. And there wasn't any twists in the previous arc. I mean, the previous arc was still hype because we got to see pro dead tubers, we got to learn more about DeadTube because of that, so all good there. I really did enjoy the previous arc. However, DeadTube is starting to dip in quality, and I think it's because it's running on for way too long and it's losing that shock factor that we all really loved at first. But maybe it's just me, let me know your thoughts. Are you ready for DeadTube to end? Do you want this to be the final arc, or are you just like, nah baby, hit me more? I'm your female otaku, sayonara.